love. This one's for you. I'm Jess, and this is the Effortless Expansion Podcast. This podcast is for women who are ready to do it differently. Women who are tired of being tired. Women who are ready to shift out of the old ways and rules that are still lingering from generations and generations of doing it a certain way. Together, we are going to expand your life in every way. Effortless expansion of yourself, your relationships, your health, your wealth. Write your own rules, your own way, for you. Here on this podcast, you will redefine the way you show up for yourself and your desires. You will create visions for this limitless life and what it gets to look like for yourself and your family. You will reshape the way you show up for your friendships, children, and your spouse every week. Together, we will reinvent how your limitless life looks and feels in less than 20 minutes. I'm so glad you've chosen to be here with me. You ready? Let's do this. Hey there, welcome back to the Effortless Expansion Podcast. So excited to talk to you guys about this today. So, I'm going to give you guys an update on our Florida house. Last time I recorded this, it was September, and we're going to flash back and give you some of that podcast so you can recall what it was like. When I go back and listen to it, which I have very recently, the state I was in, you guys, we had purchased a home. We were under contract. I shouldn't say we purchased it. We were under contract and a home, and I flew down on Monday. I touched it, felt it. The home inspection went great. And then Wednesday, Hurricane Ian hit it and put 4 feet of water inside of it. And I'm very aware how the universe always has my back. And I'm also very aware of all the devastation that many, many, many people faced and are still facing, even as I'm recording this many months, 3 months later. But we walked away from that house because we felt called to, because it was no longer in the state where we could take it over, because it needed to be fully gutted and repaired. And that really came out of nowhere. I trust deeply in that the universe always has my back, and I trust in my psychic channels, and I did not see that coming. And so it really was a big surprise for Nick and I. It really hurt. And yet we also knew to trust in something for something else. And that's what this podcast episode is. It's about the something else that came out of that. Before I want to jump in and dive in and tell you all about it, all the juicy details, I want to tell you what's going on in my world. I have Unruly coming up, you guys. Unruly is my 5-day signature program. This is my foundation of everything I do. It is one of the pillars in my brand and my business, becoming the unruly woman, what that looks like for you, what that feels like for you, doing things your way. No one else's way, your way. Coming out of the shell, the box you've put yourself in, to really step into your own, to be big, to be bold, to be brave, to put you first, to put your desires first, to set an example for yourself and your family and for the world. What it looks like when you claim anything and everything you want, and when you take aligned action to getting that, and you feel really freaking good while you're doing it. You don't let the fear creep in. You no longer let yourself play small. You're no longer afraid of what other people might think. This is about becoming the unruly woman, where we break down, we strip away all the rules that you've been taught that no longer serve you, to sit down and be quiet, to play small, to work a 40-hour-a-week job that you hate just to make ends meet, to go to school and get a job and get married and have kids by your 30, and all the things that we've been taught. We're going to look at what actually serves you in your life for you, nobody else. There's not a one size fits all. And in society, that's how we've been raised. That's how we've been taught, is you do this, you do this, you do this. And that doesn't fit everybody anymore, right? The world is changing, and it's time we take a look at our beliefs, i.e. our rules, and we re-examine what's actually serving us, clear what doesn't through energetically, through, mentally and physically, and then we make room for what does serve us. What are the rules that support us? How can we really come at it from a place of, this is what I desire my life to be like, and these are the rules that are going to support me. This is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to feel. Getting the support around you to hold you within this is exactly becoming the unruly woman that you desire. And I promise, when you take this step, when you do this, your entire world has the potential to change if you believe it, if you want it to. And you will look back at yourself after this 5-day course, after you've integrated all these beliefs in the next 6 months. Where could you be if you did the work right now? If you joined Unruly, where could you be in 6 months? beyond your wildest dreams. If you lean into it, if you do the work, it's worth it, I promise. Also, you guys, I have a couple one-on-one spaces open left for coaching, and I'm calling in the unruly woman that wants to go deeper, go bigger, go braver, go bolder in any area of her life that she desires. So think relationships, think work, think her business, think her relationship with money. What does your relationship with money look like? I've been doing a lot of work on that, and I'm so excited to lead women inside of it. Manifestation. Oh my goodness, of course, right? Laws of the universe, all these things, you guys. If you desire to go deeper, if you desire to work hand in hand with a leader like me who's been through it, who's healed some deep stuff, who has really done things differently my way for myself first, for my family, for the world. It's how I run my business, is what feels good to me. It doesn't look the same as anybody else's, and yours won't either. It's having a hand to hold when things get hard. It's having a hand to hold when triggers come up. It's having a hand to hold to read you energetically, and doing alchemy work and doing energetics and being a clear, crystal clear channel to serve you. So if you feel called, I want to invite you into one of my one-on-one spaces. We can talk, make sure it's a good fit. And I also have a 3-month one-on-one space. It's called The Unknown. It's mastering where you are now to where you desire to go. And it is one of my favorite spaces. I freaking love the unknown. So if this sounds and feels like you, if you're on a spiritual journey, you desire to go deeper, you know what the unknown is, you're there right now, and you want a hand to hold in navigating it, you want to walk hand in hand with me, equal power but different, I want to invite you into it. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about the Florida house update. We work with a really great realtor team down in Naples, Florida. They are amazing. Shout out to Sean and Julie. If you are looking in Naples area, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to share their contact information with you. You all know that we have really high standards and alignment for what we're looking for and who we work with and who we spend our time with. And Sean and Julie are incredible. So I shared with you guys a timeline of the background, and you can also listen to that podcast. We might actually cut in here for you guys to listen to some of that, how emotional I was when I recorded that podcast back in September. As I'm recording this podcast episode on September 29th, 2022, yesterday, a massive hurricane hit the state of Florida. Just 3 short days ago, I flew down to Florida to see this beautiful place that we're under contract in, and we had our home inspection, and of course, the home inspection turned out just great. And we were moving forward just as we were supposed to. And when I got back on that plane Monday, I was assured the hurricane was coming, but it wasn't coming into Southwest Florida. In fact, it was going to go north, quite a bit north. And it was still going to be a powerful storm, but it was not going to be anything for Bonita Springs. So we messaged our realtor, and he said the storm has turned. It's heading right towards us. We're prepping big time. I'll be in contact with you after the storm ends. I'll go and drive by your place, check it out, all the things. And while we don't currently own the home, we are under contract in it. There is a clause for us to walk away should we decide to. And it's not lost on me the fact that the universe always has my back. And the fact that because we don't own this home, we can walk away. And the fact that if this hurricane had come through 2 weeks later, we would have owned this home. And what would that have meant? It's not lost on me the fact that all of these things have fallen into place for me. And because I have this deep belief, this knowing in my body that the universe has always conspired in my favor. And if this isn't supposed to be the home for us, it's not supposed to be the home for us. And there will be other opportunities. You're going to hear my sniffling. This is the emotion of the unknown. This is the power in holding the duality of like, I really, 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 really wanted this, and I saw it working out so differently, but now actually this is what I've been given. So we never gave up. We kept looking. And in case y'all didn't know, this home for us will also be on Airbnb. So it is a way for us to have a place in Florida, for us to use a few times a year, and then also for it to generate passive income for us. Because we're at the point in our lives where we desire more wealth, more freedom. And so that means not only talking about having more wealth and more freedom, but also expanding, making the big, bold, brave moves to actually give us that. And for us, that was signing on the dotted line and buying a place. So when we were on the hunt for this house, there were many homes that came on the market but didn't fit our criteria, didn't fit our numbers in terms of what we could rent it for, the return on our investment, all the things. And really, my husband, Nick, has been running the show with that. He has a mentor that he's been working with and learning all this stuff. And that's how we even got started in this space. And spoiler alert, Nick is going to be doing some of that with other families who desire to also use their wealth to have passive income to really make a return on investment. So that is coming. Nick and I together are also going to do some of that. So it's going to be fabulous. This home that we bought that we were so excited about had been on the market, and I saw it come on the market, I want to say earlier this summer. And it was listed at a price point that we were not comfortable going to. It was plenty big enough. When in the Naples area, there aren't a ton of homes that have the specific size that we want. We like a bigger home because we love to travel with our family, our extended family, my parents, my sister, my sister's husband, my grandparents, and or our friends and their kids. We love to travel like that. It's very actually just the four of us and my immediate family go. We like to travel with others, other family and friends, because it accentuates the experience. And because of that, that means we need a bigger place, right? And oftentimes when we would go to Florida, it was really hard to find a place that would fit all of us. And there's nothing worse than like going on a vacation and having to sleep in a twin bed, right? No, I'm sorry, I want to sleep with my husband and I want to be comfortable. And or I don't want to sleep in a bedroom with my husband and I, my kids, and somebody else's kids, or like two couples in a room. Like that's not my ideal of a vacation. Y'all know me, I love luxury, I like what I like, period. And I live a life of desire, power, and luxury. And that's exactly what I envisioned for this home. And so when this house came on the market, it was more than what we wanted to invest. And yet we ran the numbers on it anyways, and it was incredible. The return on investment, it was beautiful, really well done, recently renovated, all the things. But it was still a no for us. It felt like a no. And we just said, okay, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It'll come down into where we are comfortable, etc. And so we kept looking at all these other homes, and how it works is our realtors would send us the links, and if they fit our criteria and the numbers look good, they would go and see them. So we looked at all these houses in the interim. Didn't work out, all the things. Well, then this house that I just told you guys about they started slashing the price on it and slashing the price on it and slashing the price on it. And our realtor sent it to us and like, hey, have you guys seen this? The price has come down. And it also says the seller is really motivated. And we're like, oh, okay, well, can you go see it? And our realtor did, and it was fabulous. And we loved it. And the numbers still looked great. And so we're like, okay, we're going to go for it. So we put in an offer. They came back to us and said, it's a multiple offer situation. Come back with your best and final. And we did that. And honestly, we didn't expect to get it. I didn't expect for us to get it. And what's happening a lot, especially in Florida right now, is there are a lot of cash buyers, and we are not a cash buyer. And so I thought for sure we were going to get number one outbid or number two by cash buyer. And turns out we did it. We got the news. They accepted our offer. It's our house. And you guys, this has come together so effortlessly. There were some things, quite a few things that came up on the home inspection that we wanted to be taken care of, and the previous owners did that. We wanted to close before the end of the year, and our bank made that happen in a really short turnaround timeline. Shout out to our local bank. We freaking love you so much, and how accommodating you've been and how great you are to us. And so all these things, and then there were some like significant timeline things that we had to meet that they did and we did on our end, and it just had to line up perfectly. And when I say it lined up effortlessly to you, I mean it lined up effortlessly. There are no words for me. In fact, when I go back and I think about all the things that had to happen, my human mind could not have formulated how well this was going to work out. And this is the point that I want to make to you in this, is so often we will get our humans involved when we want to force something, when we're trying to bring it together. And I think there's a place for your human to get involved. But when you're forcing it and you keep getting all these no's and you keep getting all this resistance, like it isn't happening how you want it to, or it isn't happening how you see it to, or it's creating all this extra work for you, or extra stress, or extra angst, and you have this resistance towards it, that's not the point, right? But when you get your human involved to actually do something, to take action on something, and it falls into place exactly like it should, in a way that like you thought it would be way harder than that, but it's not, that's the universe having your back. That's everything saying to you, yes, this is the right place. Yes, this is the right thing to do. And that's exactly how this felt for us. And so all that worked out, and we just closed on the house as I'm recording this 2 days ago. And it's ours, and it's beautiful, and it's magical, and we are furnishing it all. We're going down in a few weeks to do all that. We have some friends that are going to help check on it for us in the meantime, until we get our team, our cleaner, our handyman, our pool man, our lawn man, all the things to take care of it for us, which we're very excited about. And we have some friends that are going to be checking in on it as well for us until we get down there, and then after it's furnished. And it has come together so perfectly. This will be a home that we can use when we desire to use it. And also it will be a home to make beautiful, incredible memories for other families and other couples who come down and want to have a vacation. We're 4 minutes from the beach, and we're 5 minutes from downtown Naples, and it's beautiful. This will be a home that so many people will have beautiful memories in that will take their breath away. And that's exactly what we wanted when we created this space. When I picked out the furniture for this house, it was fun, it was different, it was unique, because I want to capture the memories. I want you to remember this place and what happened when you were there. When you come with your family and you remember the big steak dinner you made, or you remember doing cannonballs in the pool, or you remember just like when you walked in and the house greeted you and it looked so different. It was colorful and inviting and warm and like just love. Just love. And I'm seeing this as a space that will not only be incredible for my family to enjoy and for us to earn passive income, but also to allow others a safe space filled with love to come, to heal, to have fun, to enjoy in pleasure, in desire, in the sunshine, in the amazingness of that the state of Florida offers. And I'm so honored to have a space like this for others. And I think when you come at an investment like this from a pure heart, like Nick and I both have, and the vision that we have for this, how can it not be incredible? It is. It's already incredible. And nobody's even stayed there yet. We haven't even stayed there yet. There's not even furniture in it yet. And it's just so heartwarming. And this is the proof I want to tell you when you trust the universe, when you lean in, when you experience the heartbreak. You guys, we were so heartbroken from that other house. Again, I told you, I did not see it coming anywhere. So the fact that this house is bigger, it's better, the location is so much better, the experience that we've had around it has fallen into place so much better, easier. You know, oftentimes when we talk about manifestation, I'm always saying to the universe, but I'm probably not reiterating it in my podcast like I desire to be. So let me say it here loud and clear. When I ask for something in manifestation, like I want to manifest, $1 million year, I want to manifest $1 million year or something better. Because here's the thing, that house in Florida that we had in September, that would have been incredible. We would have never known anything better. We would have never known anything different, but this current house is better. So it's this or something better always, and you watch the universe awe you. And we held ourselves in the heartbreak, we held ourselves in the sadness, we mourned with, the people in Naples and Bonita Springs and Fort Myers who had serious devastation. We still are mourning that. And we also said, we still desire a home there. What does that look like? What is that going to feel like? And it's been such a magical journey how it's fallen together, and I cannot wait to share more of it with you guys. So thank you for listening. This is my Florida house update. We are homeowners in Florida, which PS is something I've wanted since I was a little girl, y'all. I have an uncle that lives in the Fort Lauderdale area, and I would go down and visit him for spring break in high school. And I would imagine living there, what it would be like, how it would feel, all the things. I knew I wanted to live there. I wanted a home there. But I wasn't big enough, I wasn't bold enough, I wasn't brave enough to actually go to college there, to leave my family, to leave my parents. I had a lot of healing to do. And this feels like I put this in the universe, right? I manifested this house. I manifested us living, having a place down there, and how it all worked out many, 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 many years ago. And in divine timing, it happened. So this is further proof for me, for you, for the world. This is evidence that You are always manifesting. And when things are supposed to happen in divine timing, they will happen. And that's exactly what this home is for me. And I want you to see it as an example for you too. What do you want? What do you desire? What are you calling in? What are you taking action towards? Aligned action, and also leaning back in effortlessness. This is my specialty. This is how I love to coach. This is how I love to run my programs, is getting super clear on what you want, taking aligned action towards it, and also allowing it to be effortless. It's so good, you guys. If this is you, if you desire to step into this, if you desire your next level of health and wealth and effortlessness in relationships, in business, in money, let's talk. I want to work with you. I want to go to the next level with you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, if you love this podcast episode, can you please do me 2 quick favors? 1, take a screenshot of the podcast episode you're listening to right now, post it on your stories, and tag me at Effortlessly Jess. I'm going to be so thrilled to hear from you, and I will always repost it for my audience to see. 2nd, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, can you please leave me a 5-star review? These 2 little things take only a few minutes, but they mean so much to me. Not only does it make my day to connect with my soul sisters on the internet, but as a podcast host, these are 2 things you can do to help me get my message out to impact the women of the world. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to talk to you in next week's episode. To your effortless expansion always.